websites that I use to do niche research. Okay. So first, before I do niche research on any websites, I always go to the Google Keyword Tool and I find out what the traffic volume is. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to use a disease that I just learned about yesterday. Actually, I didn't even know this disease existed before then, and it's called celiac disease, and I think that's how it's pronounced. So I'm just going to go into the Google Keyword Tool, and I'm going to do a quick search and see what the search volume is. Okay, I put in the CAPTCHA. That's right. OU. Let's see what happens. Okay, I selected only show ideas closely related to my search terms because otherwise the Google Keyword Tool will come up with a lot of related keywords, but not so related. So I mean, there could be other diseases in there, for example. So synonymous kinds of terms. Okay, so we can see here if we just sort by global monthly searches, we can see that this actually gets a lot of searches, okay? And this is in broad match here, which means it's going to capture all the related searches. But still, you can see even signs of celiac disease get 74,000, symptoms, etc., etc. So, I mean, this is a good way at the outset if you're developing a free report or you want to figure out the site categories for your website. This is a good way of even just getting a sense of the types of things that people are interested in, okay? Because this is what people are typing into the Google search engine every single month. All right, so we now know that by looking at this that there's actually quite a bit of interest. There's a lot of search volume, okay? So let's go in and see what people are specifically looking for. The first website you can check out is one called blurtit.com, BLURTIT.com, okay? Nice big search box here. So what I'm going to do is type in celiac disease, okay, and click go. Now, first thing you notice, ads by Google, okay? These guys are really slick at integrating the AdSense box with the search results. So I'll bet you they get a really high click-through rate on these because they blended in the ads really well with their search results, which is a good tip in itself. Okay, so the cool thing about this site is that if you actually go down here, okay, one way you can do the niche research is you can just scan these and see what sort of themes emerge in people's questions. Okay, so people are looking for here. They want to know if malts or oats cause damage. Okay, for selling, that's a diet-related question. Okay, how do I deal with it? Does it have a national organization? Is there a link between epilepsy, etc., etc.? So you can scan these. Okay, these are straight from people who use this website, so they're straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But the cool thing about this is that you can go here and you can look under the related searches. Okay, so basically what blurtit.com is doing for you is they are grouping the searches for you. Okay, so we see that diet is a big one. Here's another diet-related search, gluten-free foods, because I think people who have celiac disease can't eat gluten. Okay, celiac diet is right here as well, gluten diet. So we can see that, you know, diet plan, food list, disease foods, recipes, foods. Okay, so here are symptoms. All right, here's a search related to children, but you can see that the majority of these searches are related to diet and the types of foods that people with celiac disease can eat. So there's a great indication or a hint right there for you, you know, what the direction or the orientation that you should make for your free report. It should be focused on the diet, like sort of quick tips for diet or the types of foods that a person should eat. So if you were to start a website on celiac disease, you could have an opt-in box on your site and you could offer a free report, you know, 5, 10 pages, 20 pages, whatever you want to make it. And maybe you would make the focus on, you know, the top 10 tips for having a celiac disease diet, for example, or how to improve your celiac disease through diet, you know, best foods to eat, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's blurtit.com. Great site to go and check out. Second one, answerbag.com. Okay, same thing. You'll find, you know, a lot of these sites, they have the similar sort of setup. There's a big search box at the top like that, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing, just type in celiac disease, submit. Okay, so if you go down here, you can see that it's asking for further information, okay? Search for a category by typing in the box below, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and post my question. Now it's asking me to log in here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up to the search box here, celiac disease, and see what comes up. I think this is actually the approach that I took before. Right, it is. Okay, so actually scratch that. So you should actually go up to the search box, the Google custom search box on the top here, and type in your search query, and then it'll come up with this. So again, they've got the Google AdSense linked in there, embedded, so don't click on those unless you want to help out AnswerBag. Now, the cool thing about this site is also in the way that they categorize. So you can see here that they have this question mark next to this. This is a specific question related to celiac disease. But what they also do is they categorize. Okay, these are the broad categories: celiac disease, prognosis of celiac disease. Keep going down here: celiac disease and pregnancy, celiac disease diet. Okay, so again, the items without the question mark next to it are the categories, and the ones with the question mark next to it are the actual specific questions that users have asked. Okay, so what AnswerBag here is doing for you is they're again categorizing the types of questions that people are asking. And again, it's very similar to what we saw in Blurtit, right? We've got questions about infants, which we saw in Blurtit, but we also have questions about nutrition. Okay. Let's see here, diet, another one. Let's click on that. And what I found with this site is that sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. But okay, in this case it did. Wait a minute. No, in this case it didn't. So what it was supposed to show us was all of the diet-related questions related to celiac disease. It's not. So sometimes it does this. So what you might have to do is just click around a little bit. Okay, and let's see here. Celiac disease, nutritional considerations. Let's see if that brings up something. No, it's bringing us back to digestive and urinary. Okay, I'm going to try one more. Celiac disease, infants. No, it's taking us back to digestive and urinary. This does work. The last time I tried it, I was clicking around a little bit, and I did find some categories on here that had questions underneath them. Okay, let's try this one. No, it's not working for some reason today. Anyway, another good place to look is AnswerBag. You know, even just looking through these categories here that they've done for you, they've grouped some of the questions, and then you click around a little bit and you can find the specific questions. Okay. And they also have listed here some specific questions. Let's just try out one thing here and see. We'll click on an actual question and we'll see how they've categorized it. Okay, see, that's why. They've put it under medical conditions and procedures, digestive and urinary. So it's the way it's been categorized, the way it's been tagged actually on the site. Okay, you can see the answer here. Okay, so there's answerbag.com. Let's move along here. Next one is ask.com, which is actually a search engine, but what I want to show you something quickly here about how they categorize disease, celiac disease. Okay, first of all, you can see, just like Google Suggest, Ask also gives you some suggestions. These are also good indications as to the categories of searches that people are doing. Let's click on search. Okay, so first thing that they have up here is they've got a definition and they have some ads and stuff like this. Actually, these are the ads that show up first. You can see the little ads thing here. And then just like Google, they have the search engine results. Okay, so this is a search engine, don't forget that. But what's cool is that they have related searches up here. Okay, again, these are categorized. So these are the categories of types of searches that people are doing. Okay, and again, we've got gluten-free foods, diet, gluten-free diet. Okay, a lot of questions related to recipes and food. Okay, then we've got symptoms and kids, children. So again, you know, if you're thinking in terms of setting up a website and the structure of your website, you might just focus on three things: celiac diet, celiac disease diet, or gluten-free foods, symptoms, with a description of all the symptoms, and then celiac disease related to kids. You might just have those three categories on your website. Okay. What's also cool is that on ask.com you can get the related questions. All right. So this is the specific questions that people are asking that they're typing into ask.com, and you can actually click here and you can see all of the related questions. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's ask.com. That's another one. So what you're doing is, instead of just going to one website, you're going to go to these handful of websites, and you're going to see patterns emerge, basically, where you're going to see the groups of keywords or groups of searches that people are doing, and you're going to get a sense of the themes that are existing in the niche. Okay. The next one that's kind of cool is AOLanswers.com. All right, similar sort of thing. Ask your question here. Okay, in some of these question and answer websites, if you put in only 2 words, as I've been doing, and try to do a search, they won't let you. So I've picked I've gone through quite a few of these Q&A websites, and these are the ones I'm showing you today are the ones that allow, a 2-word search, for example, if you're just doing broad keyword searches. The other ones will require an actual proper sentence with longer sentence strings or word strings. Okay, so let's type it in again. Celiac disease. Okay, and then get answers. Okay, and then actually, sorry. Once again, we have to go up to the top box and type it in. Okay, search. Let's go down here. So here's what's kind of cool. If you look at here, it says show all, and then it shows with no answers yet. That's pretty neat because you can actually scan through and see the questions that people are asking, but nobody has answered. Those might be the more obscure types of questions that people are asking related to a niche that you can answer on your website, and you can get all the traffic from it because it might be something that people are asking, but there's not much information on the web about it. Okay, you can also sort by recently asked, recently answered, and most views, which is cool. The only problem with this, in my experience, is that you can't sort by the topic, like the question you're asking, and the most views. It's just going to give you most views. Okay, so once again, you can go down here and you can scan through questions that are asked. Okay, what is celiac disease? The symptoms. How do I know if my baby has it? I'm getting from this research that celiac disease is a problem amongst kids, or parents are really concerned about it. So that might also be an angle for your website. Okay, or for your free report. Keep going down, you can see all of the questions here. So this is another great site for looking up the questions that people are asking. Okay, so you can go around there. So that's AOLanswers.com. Last one, I'm going to show you something called the Google Wonder Wheel. You've probably seen this before, but I'll just quickly go through it. So celiac disease, let's do the search. All right, so you can see all the search results here. But what you do is, to see the Wonder Wheel, and I'll show you what that is in a second, just click on More Search Tools, okay, and click on Wonder Wheel. Now what's cool about this is that Google will show you all of the related searches in kind of like a spoken wheel sort of thing, like visually. So just quickly, you can take a look and see that diagnosis, causes is are popular searches related to celiac disease, treatment. And then we see diet, disease foods, pictures, and then we can see that Crohn's disease is a related search. So, Google tracks what people are searching for after consecutive searches. So they will track what people search for after celiac disease, and obviously Crohn's disease is a popular one that people search for after searching for celiac. Okay, and then what you can do is you can click on each of these, and it'll give you another spoken wheel. Right. So celiac disease in children, you see there's a pattern emerging here. Celiac disease diet, I think that's diet menu. Gluten-free foods, gluten-free recipes. Oh, celiac disease lose weight. So there's a micro niche for you. You can come up with a product that is a lose weight product or fat loss product specifically for people who suffer from celiac disease. And I've read in a little bit of research that I've done that it's estimated that up to 1% of the U.S. population has this. A lot of people don't know they have it. So there's a great micro niche for you. Obviously, people who have celiac disease can't eat gluten foods. So you come up with a fat loss program that is targeted specifically to them, positioned to celiac sufferers. Pretty interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys.